Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to Vlogmas. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about wrapping up how my personal goals went for 2022. At the beginning of the year, I obviously did like a little, here's my personal goals video. And I will do that also in 2023. I am not going to be talking about 2023 goals yet because I have to like solidify them. And I usually do that like right around New Year's. So I will talk a little bit about how some of these are going to impact future goals. But yeah, let's go over my overarching 2023 goals, how I did, any plans moving forward, things like that. So first off, my word for 2022, because I do pick a word every year and I have literally no idea what I'm gonna do for 2023. But my word for 2022 was steady. And that, like some words kind of around that were like wholehearted, calm, secure, consistent, authentic, and anchored. And I do think for the most part, like I achieved that feeling. I didn't really feel all over the place. There was some stuff at the beginning of the year that caused me to feel a little chaotic, but after that was resolved, it's been pretty good. I felt like I've really remained true to who I am. Not that I don't, but like that was something that I was really mindful of. Sinking into calmness. Like I do think that's mostly been achieved. There's something that makes me feel like not quite. And I had different ideas of what steady meant, I think, at the beginning of the year, but I think here at the end of the year, I'm like, yes, like I feel like consistency was a thing, but then I'm gonna get into goals and be like, was I consistent at all? I don't know. I also do a me in 1 year, which I will just kind of show you. It's like, I don't use my bullet journal a lot these days, but I use it for like beginning of the year stuff and then like keeping track of monthly stuff. But this is kind of what it looks like. So there's different little areas that I wanted to sort of achieve. So for physical health, I said I wanted to get my digestive health in order. This is an ongoing struggle. It's better than it was though, I think, but I've had to do a lot of that myself. Consistent sleep schedule, I would say yes. It's not like consistent every day, but I've gotten to it like, here's what the goals are, here's how I achieve it. Like I can pretty much do that. Increased nutrition. This is one that's gonna carry over into next year. Nutrition's been rough this year, and I deeply wanna find a way to work with that. Increased movement. I didn't get back in the gym or anything, but I did get a walking pad. So I do think that's helped. I've also been taking Tally for like pretty long walks. I didn't do as much hiking as I wanted to, and I didn't do some of these other things that I sort of wanted to, but yeah, a lot of that's been also because the last half of the year I've been sick. So ways that I could have achieved that before the end of the year didn't really get a chance to happen. And I did say fun movement. I did do roller skating. I didn't get to roller skate as much as I wanted to this year, mostly because the weather changed and then it was too hot and then it was traveling and then it was too cold. So we didn't really get a lot of chance, but at the beginning of the year, like in the spring, I did do that and I want to get back to that when the weather allows it again. For routines, I said a cleaning routine, and I have gotten that in order. I've talked about that in previous videos, possibly not live, on my booktube channel maybe. I don't exactly know where I put that, but I did make myself like a little cleaning chart, and while I don't necessarily do the things on the days that I assign them to, I do them, particularly my like laundry routine, bathroom, and kitchen cleaning. Those three are like so consistent. So yeah, pretty good there. A sustainable content making schedule. Yes and no. I think when I was thinking about this, I was like, I want to make content on these days, but I have made content that I want to. I haven't really like missed any videos or anything like that. Just kick the tripod, oops. And then I have made Vlogmas content, obviously so consistently this month. But basically I think I only missed one, and that's because I was sick. So yeah, loving that. I mentioned more time in nature. Didn't really necessarily get a chance to do that. Again, I need to remember that I don't like going out in the heat. And that really impacts like the months that are good for nature. Witchy practice, that one has been non-existent. That's something I'm gonna focus on more next year. Continued digital minimalism. I got this more back towards the end of the year when I started implementing an app blocker on my phone. So this has been a little bit more towards the end of the year here and even the last like month or so. But like here and there, nah. Getting my private practice up and running and career networking, there's been a lot of stalls on that this last part of the year, again, mostly because being sick. That's gonna be a first quarter goal, and it's definitely gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. For connections and relationships, I said fulfilling connections. I feel like I do have a lot of that. Which friends, I don't. That's tragic, it's one of my things for next year. Attachment style healing. I wouldn't say there's been necessarily healing, but there's been movement and there's been a lot of learning about that. Increased healthy vulnerability. I don't know. And boundaries. Yes, I feel like I've been good with boundaries this year. Okay, so my goals. The big goals, I went into sleep, digital minimalism, movement, nutrition, and cleaning. And then I had like 2 other that were just kind of like random. So for sleep, I wanted my average to be in bed by between 2 and 3 and then awake between like 12 and 1. I will say that for the, I don't know if it's been the majority of the year, and actually I could like go through this because for a lot of the year before I started doing this like new routine, I did mark bedtime things. So I will say about like, let's say 50% of the year, maybe a little more. Maybe I'm not being super generous. Ooh, May was bad. June was bad. July was really bad. Okay, so maybe 50% is fair because then August was really good. I think August is when I implemented this new sleep routine. September was really good. I don't think I recorded it for November, October, November, December, because I started kind of like implementing a thing. So I think maybe around 50% of the time I did this bed schedule where I started to be like, okay, you wanna be getting ready for bed in bed between 2 and 3. And then my standard wake up time has been like 11, 11:30, again, because I have a second shift work schedule. So that's what works for me. And I was able to get that in order. Sometimes I still slip, but I was able to get that in order because I started implementing app blockers and things so that I couldn't do stuff later at night besides maybe read, and then my brain would just go, let's go read in bed. So I was able to do that like more than I was when I set this goal. So that's a continued work in progress and always will be for my entire life. Limiting social media before bed, I definitely have done that. I put in app blockers in place so that by like 11 for TikTok, and then like 1 for everything else, everything turns off and I like can't access it anymore, and that helps. I did try blue light glasses. I'm on and off with those where like I'll forget because I actually put them in my room because I was reading my Kindle in bed for a while and I don't have like a paperwhite Kindle, so I need to put it back out by me because I do think that helped. But yes, I did try that. For digital minimalism, limiting TikTok scrolling, it's hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but installing the app blocker has helped that like at a certain time it just stops. And then the last couple of months I've been implementing like an actual digital detox day. So I say on here 1 time a week detox. I hadn't done that for most of the year. And then I actually was like, okay, Sundays are your day. Like so today when I'm filming, Sundays are your day that you're not gonna be on TikTok. It's off. You're not accessing it at all. So I might actually increase that to twice a week, do like a Wednesday, Sunday situation. But yeah. And then after work social media limits, I did implement that as well. So the digital minimalism, even though it doesn't necessarily feel like I did it, I did. Movement, I said I wanted to get between 6K and 8K steps a day. I've done that. Besides being sick, I've done that consistently, and then since I've gotten the walking pad, I've even gone over that. So yeah, that's been a very achievable goal. Try a new movement, I said hikes, roller skating, biking. I've done some hikes, I've done some roller skating. I didn't do biking because I didn't buy a bike, but I did use the Deville bike system in Chicago, which is like our public, like you can rent the bikes kind of thing, a few times. It's just hard to get some of those bikes sometimes, but I am still like in the back of my head contemplating getting a bike because there are some like middle distance places that would be nice to not have to take my car, and I hate having to like park it, but it's a little too far to walk. So the bike is still in my mind. Nutrition, I said increase nutrition and digestive healing. The digestion stuff has been like an ongoing struggle. I've talked to I want to say endocrinologist, that's not the word. The digestive people. You guys know what I'm talking about. I talked to one of those, met with them a few times, tried some things, some of those things didn't work. I finally got on my own volition, I found this on like Amazon. It's a pretty popular probiotic, prebiotic thing that you take like right before a meal. I feel like that's helping a lot. In the new year, I'm kind of thinking, this is not a set goal though, but I am considering doing like a low FODMAP diet now, which I sort of did when I did Whole30, but when I did Whole30, I had been I was in a disordered eating thing before that where I wasn't eating a lot of food, so I think the reintroduction phase almost didn't work because I couldn't really tell a difference, where now I would be able to tell a difference with reintroduction and like when I take things away. So I might do that sometime in the beginning of the year just to see if there are any foods that I'm really hypersensitive to. The increased nutrition, I have eaten out so often and with like gotten DoorDash so often. So, mostly because I'm craving it and because I'm lazy and it's like right there, and I don't like spending that amount of money. I don't want to do it. I want to be cooking more at home, and I never had this takeout problem until I moved to the city where there's an abundance of options, but it's way too expensive for what it is, and I want to stop doing it because I've never been a takeout person, ever. So I'm trying to get that in order as far as like easy but delicious meals that literally can take me like 5 minutes because that's what I need for when my brain just wants to order DoorDash. Then lastly was cleaning. So daily 5-minute cleans. I don't necessarily do the daily 5-minute cleans. Here and there I will implement that, and I probably should get back on that, to be honest. I would say about half the year that I did that. Then there was the cleaning routine, which I mentioned before, I did put in place and I pretty consistently do. Then starting my private practice, I thought that was gonna happen at the end of this year. It's gonna happen more at the beginning of next year. And increased journaling and shadow work. I haven't really done that. Can't say that I've done that. I feel like I don't have the emotional space for that necessarily. I want to get to it, but a lot of times after work I'm so burnt out that I don't have the space for it. So I want to find a way to get that, because I feel like that ties into the witchcraft stuff where like I haven't been doing a lot of that, but when I think back to when I felt better in life, it's when I am doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how my year went. Like pretty decent, honestly. Before I filmed this, I hadn't really looked at my goals and I was like, I don't know if I did very well. And I kind of did, because I did set very achievable, with like a slight challenge, goals to myself. So the things that'll likely continue for 2023 is this digital minimalism thing. Especially lately, I feel like even with TikTok especially, even if I cut it off at 11, I still feel like a lot of the day I'm still spent on it, and I don't feel good about it. Like I don't like it. Also lately my algorithm's been like really weird and messed up, so I'm not even getting the kind of content I want. I feel like I'm just scrolling, trying to tell the algorithm what to show me, and it's not showing it to me. So I still want to implement that. I do want to figure out some movement stuff, I think. I've been thinking lately, I really want to get back to the gym, but over the winter I've been getting a tattoo like basically once a month. I actually just got a fresh one yesterday. So it's hard to pay for a gym membership if you're only going to use it maybe 2 weeks out of the month for like the entire winter, but I only have 1, possibly 2 more appointments in the new year, in like the spring and like winter and spring. So I think I can do it around that, or even just getting back into something around here. I've really thought about, even because I don't really want to go to the gym because everyone's sick too, right? So I've thought about potentially finding some like at-home workout to do, but those are hard for me. It's hard for me to motivate myself to do that, but like maybe. And a big thing is gonna be the witchcraft stuff and like witchy friends and like a witchy routine, because that helps my mental health so much. So that's gonna be a big part of it. And I think having witchy friends will help with that, because it'll be like a reminder of like, we can do stuff together. It's not like a coven or anything, but like we can do stuff together. It's a reminder like we're all kind of on the same sort of schedule and whatever. So those are the big things right now, but I will add some more concrete things sort of like to the list. The nutrition stuff, did I mention that? Yeah, getting those like meals more in order. So yeah, those are my goals for 2022. Comment below, let me know how your goals went for this year and if you've learned anything and things you're gonna change for 2023. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.